All right, so now we're going to use prior knowledge of perimeter to help us figure out what is the measure of each side of a triangle. So looking on page 12, we have a scalene triangle, and we know it's scalene because one side's x, one side's 2x minus 6, and one side's 3x minus 2. So all three sides are different. Now, there was some important information left off of your page, and that is the fact that the perimeter is 40 units. And we know that it's 40 units because I'm just going to tell you that. So now let's go through and figure out what does x equal. So now in looking for x, we know we have one side which is x, one side is 2x minus 6, and one side is 3x minus 2. Order doesn't matter, and we know that total it has to be 40 units. Let's go through and combine like terms. 1x plus 2x plus 3x is going to be 6x. And then we have a negative 6 minus 2 is going to be a minus 8. And we know it has to equal our perimeter of 40. So we add 8 to both sides. Which is going to equal 48. We then divide 48 divided by 6, and that gives us that x is equal to 8. We don't know our units, so we're just going to put units. Now, if x is 8 units, we know that one side, this side, happens to be x on the measurement, so therefore one side is, the side that's marked in red, is going to be 8 units. Now, to figure out this side, we have to do 3 times 8 minus 2. 3 times 8 is 24. Take away 2 means that we have another side that's 22 units. Order doesn't matter. You can fill these in any order. The only one that matters is that x has to be 8 units. And then the last one, this side, is going to be 2x, which is 2 times 8, minus 6. And 2 times 8 is 16, minus 6. That equals 10. So our third side is 10 units. A way to check your answer is to say, is 8 plus 22 plus 10 equal to 40? The answer is yes. Moving on to page 13. Once again, I left off some very important information. So we have to note that the perimeter is, in this case, 22 centimeters. So we're going to use this information to help us solve for what x is and then what all three sides are. Now, we need to note that this side and this side are the same. We know it because they have those little hashtag marks on the side to indicate that those are going to be the same. So that means that we have two sides that are 4x minus 10. And we have one side that is 8x minus 6. And the perimeter has to be 22. Now, if we would rather write it out as 4x minus 10 plus 4x minus 10 plus 8x minus 6 equaling 22, we can also do that. We combine our like terms, and that gives us 16x minus 10 minus 10 minus 6 is minus 26, and we know that it's got to equal 22. So now we can go through and add 26 to both sides. And that gives us 16x is equal to 48, which we then have to divide 48 by 16 to get that x is equal to 3. This means we can fill a 3 on the line. So now, to figure out our two isosceles sides, the two congruent sides, 4 times 3 minus 10. 4 times 3 is 12. Take away 10. It's going to be 2. So two of the sides, doesn't matter what two, are going to be 2 centimeters. For the third side, that's this side, we have 8 times 3 minus 6. 8 times 3 is 24, minus 6 is going to equal 18. So that means the third side, or one of the other sides, is 18. And a way to check ourselves is to say, is 2 plus 2 plus 18 equal to 22? Yes. So now looking at page 14, we have to know that Ms. Bowling left it off, so we have to know that perimeter in this case is going to be 71 meters. And one thing we need to note is that all three sides are going to be congruent because all three of them have that little hash mark on them. So when we go to write our equation, we have three sides at 3x plus 9, and it's going to equal 71. Or if we prefer, we can do 3x plus 9, and we can add it 3 times. So we combine our like terms. 3x plus 3x plus 3x is going to give me 9x. And 9 plus 9 plus 9 is 27. And the total perimeter is 71. Take away 27. And we get that 9x is equal to 44, which we then divide. 44 divided by 9. And we get that x is going to equal, it's not very pretty, we can leave it as 44 over 9. Or we can say that it's going to equal about 4.8 repeated. It is your choice whether you leave it as the improper fraction or the repeating decimal. Now the nice part about this one is all the sides are the same. So in order to figure out one, we say 3 times x, which is 44 over 9. Or we can use the repeating decimal of 4.repeated 8 plus 9. When we multiply those two together, we get 14.6 repeated plus 9 is going to equal about 23.6 repeated. And we know that this is going to be our answer for all three of them.